Hello. I thought I'd show you a quick look at my heads. I picked them up from the machine shop, and a few of you guys were asking me some questions, and I don't have all the answers. But a couple of you fellas wanted to know how much you can mill off the 460 head. Well, I'm going to tell you that question I can't answer. I told the guy that milled these heads to take them down to the seat, and what I wound up with was this right here. Don't mind my messy trunk here. This is how I brought them home in the trunk of the car here. But this is 60 thousandths off the head. And I still have more work to do to these in the bowls and some finessing to do. But what has me a little concerned is one of the seats actually has a little imperfection in it where it had like a kink. And I think that was my fault. So what I'm giving up here is this. I'd like to have a fresh valve job done, but these heads had a fresh valve job a while back, but your friend Terry here got a little carried away, so these have to be lapped in. But it should have really had another fresh valve job put on. But funds right now don't allow me to do that. So this is what we're winding up with. So if you notice, guys, they're very sharp here. I don't know if you can see the lip after they were milled. And my friend Ed from Ed's Machine brought this up on his channel. So in case you didn't catch that, Ed cuts this back and tapers this sharp edge off on every job he does. And I do too. But I'm bringing that up because you need to watch his channel. Anybody that doesn't know about Ed's Machine, you need to really watch what he's doing, because you're definitely going to learn something from him. So back to these. I did pretty much what I could do with these heads, except for, hello, I really wanted to get carried away by doing the floor, raising the floor up on the intake side of the head. So if I do that, then I have to do the intake manifold. I don't have enough time to do all this stuff. And it would probably pick up, taking a stab at it, probably 20 horsepower, maybe more. That's all speculation. The main reason I had these heads milled was this. That piston is down in that bore pretty well, I think 30 thousandths or something like that. So there's no quench area. So the more I could do to these heads to bring that quench up and to help the compression, because it's really not going to do the same thing as bringing the piston up out of the hole. So there's no way of saying that's the same thing, because it's not. You need the block to be zero decked and to make the most power out of an engine, in my opinion. Well, if you're going with a turbo or building a nitrous motor, then you can get away with that stuff because it slows the burn down, and there's a few technical reasons that is beneficial when it comes to a power adder. But naturally aspirated, you want the quench area there, and that's what I'm mainly concerned about, is having this thing run on motor. Because the converter I have, I found out from the guy that I got it from, that's not the best converter on nitrous anyway, he said. He has a nitrous vehicle. He runs a lot of nitrous on his motor. And he said that that thing did not like the bottle. But here's my question. It didn't like the bottle for what reason? Because the bottle was making too much horsepower, the motor being with a 250 shot or whatever he's got on it. And is that the problem? Because if I'm making decent power with that converter, then that might be another problem. But we'll take that then as we come to it. Just some speculation. I'm looking a little bit ahead here of how this thing might all come into play in a whole package with the camshaft, the converter, and everything. You guys want to take that in consideration when you're doing a build, whatever you're doing, whether it's a street car or a track car. Always try to weigh these things out. And there's nothing worse than buying like a converter, especially if you're buying it new. I bought the stuff used, so I'm not out much if it doesn't work out in my best interest. But if you're buying that stuff new, the last thing you want to do is to pay big money for a converter and have it not be the right one for your vehicle. You got to consider the weight and all this stuff, and just thought I'd throw this in there. Back to the heads here. So here's another thing I wanted to mention, guys. I gave the machine shop guy a tip, and I think it's only fair to do that. When you have a guy that does your work for you at a machine shop, why is he usually forgotten? We tip waiters and waitresses when we go eat, and these guys that do this kind of work right here, well, it doesn't happen in 5 minutes. So they're out there setting machines up and doing everything they possibly can to do a decent job for you. So I guess I'd bring that up. I think it's only fair to give a tip if you're able to do that. Because if they're giving you quality work, then you should give them a little bit extra and make it worth their while. And I tell you the truth, guys, that goes a long way. When somebody, just put yourself in their place, somebody gives you a tip for something, or gives you even a little, it don't have to be a lot. It gives you a whole different outlook on doing that job for a person. I've been there and I've done that. So I've done jobs back in the day detailing, and I've actually had so many hours in on a vehicle that I didn't really make any money. Then the person throws you another $10 or $15. Like, well, it goes a long way in my book. So I hope I'm not offending anybody by saying that. So I'm going to give you guys one more look, and then I'm going to wrap this up. I really wanted to do this video at the garage, but I don't know when I'm getting there. We've had some weather, and I wasn't about to go out in the thunderstorms to drop these heads off at the garage. So there you go, guys. 60 thousandths off on a Dove head. And I hope you guys can see this okay. I'm trying to do this video like this because I had some really good guys ask me about this, and I hope this helps out with what you're trying to do. Hello, because that's why I started this channel, is to help somebody out. So with that, I hope that gives you a little insight of what we're up to here with the truck. I mentioned the converter. We're coming to that soon because I have a bolt that's stuck in that thing, so that we're gonna have a little time getting that out, and I may do that one for YouTube. I don't know. I have a time trying to set the camera up and do things on YouTube while I'm doing stuff like this here, so that's why you guys don't see me always working on stuff. But I'd like to be able to do that and show you a few tricks I know to get a bolt out. But there's a lot of people that know them things, but we'll see if I can get it out or not. I don't like tapping and drilling and welding nuts to finagle things, but that's what you have to do when you buy used stuff, fellas. You take the good with the bad when you deal with used converters and camshafts and things like that. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. I just mowed the grass and I'm inhaling some of this stuff floating around out here. Could have been a bug though. I see some bugs flying around here. Alright guys, thanks for your interest in this. I appreciate it. God bless you.